I shouldn't have turned around. But I did. And that's when I saw him. Standing across the water. Not moving. Not fishing. Not doing anything normal. Just watching me. His face was hard to see in the dark, but I could tell one thing right away. He wasn't supposed to be there. The lake was miles away from the highway. No houses. No lights. No other trucks. Just me, and him. And the worst part. When I raised my hand to wave. He didn't wave back. He copied me. Slow. Perfect. Like a mirror. Except. I hadn't lifted my hand yet. My stomach dropped. What? I whispered. Then he smiled. Wide. Too wide. And I heard something behind me. A soft crunch of gravel. Right by my truck. I turned fast. And saw another shape standing right next to my driver door. I froze. My heart slammed against my chest. Because now I understood something I wish I never did. The one across the lake was never alone. And I wasn't being watched from one side. I was surrounded. I didn't know what to do. Run. Stay still. Scream. My hands were shaking so bad I almost dropped my fishing rod. And then, both of them moved at the same time. The one across the lake stepped into the water. And the one near my truck started walking toward me. That's when I realized. This wasn't just a bad night. This was the night everything went wrong. And if I didn't make it out, no one would ever know what really happened out there. Because this all started earlier that day. When I thought I just needed a break. My name is Daniel Carter. I've been a truck driver for 8 years. Long roads. Long nights. Just me, my truck, and the radio. You get used to it. You learn to like the quiet. But sometimes, the quiet gets too loud. That day had been rough. Traffic jams. Late delivery. My boss yelling over the phone. I just needed to clear my head. So when I saw that old dirt road off the highway, I took it. I didn't think too much about it. Just figured I'd find a quiet place to stop for a bit. Maybe do some fishing. I always kept a rod in the back of my truck. Just in case. The road was narrow. Trees on both sides. No signs. No cars. Just silence. After about 10 minutes of driving, I found it. A small lake. Still water. No movement. It looked perfect. Peaceful. Too peaceful, maybe. I parked my truck near the edge. Turned off the engine. And just sat there for a minute. Listening. Nothing. No birds. No wind. Just quiet. I should have left right then. But I didn't. I grabbed my fishing gear and stepped out. The air felt strange. Cold, even though the sun was still up. I walked down to the water. Set up my line. And cast it out. Splash. The sound echoed more than it should have. Like the lake was bigger than it looked. I sat there for a while. Watching the water. Trying to relax. And for a bit. It worked. No stress. No noise. Just me and the lake. Then I felt it. That feeling. Like someone was watching me. I turned around. Nothing there. Just my truck. Parked behind me. I laughed a little. Relax, man, I told myself. You're just tired. I turned back to the water. But the feeling didn't go away. It stayed. Heavy. Like eyes on the back of my neck. A few minutes later. I heard something. A small splash. Not from my line. From the other side of the lake. I looked up. That's when I saw him. A man standing on the far shore. Completely still. I frowned. Where did he come from? I hadn't seen any other cars. No footsteps. Nothing. He was just there. Watching me. At first, I thought maybe he was fishing too. But he didn't have a rod. Didn't move. Didn't even shift his weight. Just stood there. Staring. I raised my hand to wave. Friendly. Normal. But something felt off. So I stopped halfway. And that's when I noticed something strange. His arm was already up. Raised. Like he was waving. But I hadn't waved yet. I slowly lowered my hand. He lowered his. At the exact same time, my chest tightened. "No," I whispered. "That's not right." I looked around quickly. Still no one else. Just him. Across the water. Watching me. Then he smiled. Slow. Wide. Too wide. Like his face was stretching. And that's when the feeling came back stronger. Like I wasn't just being watched from one direction. Like something was behind me. Close. Very close. I turned slowly. My truck was right there. Same spot. But something was different. The driver door. It was slightly open. I was sure I had closed it. My heart started racing. Did I leave it open? I asked myself. Trying to stay calm. Trying to make sense of it. Then I saw it. A shadow. Standing next to the door. Not moving. Just like the man across the lake. My mouth went dry. No, no, no. I took a step back. The gravel crunched under my boot. The shadow didn't move. Didn't react. But I could feel it watching me. Then I looked back at the lake. The man was gone. Just gone. Like he had never been there. My breathing got heavy. Where did he go? Then I heard it. Behind me. Footsteps. Slow. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Coming closer. I turned fast. The shadow by my truck was gone. But something was walking toward me now. From the trees. Tall. Thin. Moving in a strange way. Not like a normal person. Each step too slow. Too smooth. Like it wasn't used to walking. I grabbed my fishing rod tight. "Hey!" I shouted. "Stay back." It didn't stop. Didn't react. Just kept coming. Then, I heard a splash. I looked back at the lake. And my heart nearly stopped. The man was in the water. Walking toward me. But the water was deep. Too deep for that. And yet, he wasn't sinking. Just walking. Step by step. Smiling that same wide smile. Now I understood something I didn't want to believe. There weren't two of them. There were more. And they were closing in. From both sides. From everywhere. The one from the trees was getting closer. The one in the water was halfway across the lake now. I backed up slowly. My legs felt weak. My mind racing. This isn't real, this isn't real. But it was. I dropped my fishing rod. Turned. And ran for my truck. I didn't care about anything else. Just needed to get inside. Lock the doors. Get out of there. I grabbed the handle. Pulled it open. Jumped in. And slammed it shut. Lock. 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 My hands shook as I hit the locks over and over. I looked up. And froze. Because one of them was already standing in front of my windshield. Smiling at me. I couldn't move. He was right there. Standing in front of my truck. So close I could see every detail of his face. And the more I looked, the worse it got. His skin looked wrong. Too smooth in some places. Too tight in others. Like it didn't fit him properly. And his eyes. They didn't blink. Not once. Just staring straight at me. My hands were locked on the steering wheel. Shaking. "What do you want?" I whispered. He didn't answer. He just smiled wider. Then, tap, tap, tap. He raised his hand and gently tapped on the windshield. Like he was knocking on a door. My heart jumped. Stop. Tap, tap, tap. The sound was soft. But it felt loud inside my head. Then I heard something else. From the side of the truck. Tap, tap, tap. Slow. Careful. Like fingers sliding across metal. I turned my head slightly. And saw another one. Standing by the passenger door. Same face. Same empty eyes. Same terrible smile. "No, no, there's two of you." I whispered. But deep down, I already knew. There were more. The one at the windshield leaned closer. His face almost pressed against the glass. And then, he copied me. My breathing. My blinking. Even the small movements of my head. Like a mirror again. But delayed. Wrong. Then he spoke. And my blood went cold. Because it was my voice. "We're tired," he said. The one at the passenger side spoke too. Same voice. Same words. "We're tired." I shook my head fast. "No. I don't understand." The one in front tilted his head. "You've been alone too long." My grip tightened on the wheel. "What does that mean?" The one at the passenger side leaned closer. His face slowly sliding into view. "We want to drive." My chest tightened. No, you're not getting in here." I reached for the keys. Still in the ignition. Good. I turned them fast. The engine roared to life. Loud. Real. The best sound I had ever heard. Yes, come on." I slammed my foot on the gas. The truck jerked forward. The one in front didn't move. For a second, I thought I was going to hit him. But right before the truck reached him, he stepped aside. Smooth. Too smooth. Like he knew exactly where to move. I didn't look back. I just drove. Fast. The dirt road was rough. The truck bounced hard. But I didn't care. I just needed to get out. Just get back to the highway. Just get back. I kept saying it over and over. Trying to stay calm. Trying not to think about what I just saw. The trees rushed past me. Dark. Close. Like they were leaning in. Watching. Then. Bang. Something hit the side of my truck. I flinched. What was that? Another hit. Bang. This time from the other side. I looked in the mirror. And my stomach dropped. They were running alongside the truck. Keeping up. Smiling. Their legs moving in that strange, smooth way. Not like normal running. Faster. Too fast. How are you doing that? I pressed the gas harder. The truck sped up. But they stayed with me. Right beside me. Matching my speed. One of them turned his head slowly. Looked straight into my side mirror. And smiled wider. Then he lifted his hand. And waved. Slow. Perfect. Just like before. No. I gripped the wheel tighter. My hand sweating now. Then one of them jumped. Slam. He landed on the back of the truck. I felt the weight. The whole truck shifted. Get off. I shouted. Another jump. Slam. Now there were two on the truck. Climbing. Moving toward the cab. I could hear their hands on the metal. Scratching. Sliding. Then. A face appeared at my side window. Right next to me. Running while looking inside. Smiling. You can't leave, it said in my voice. My heart felt like it was going to explode. Yes, I can. I yelled. I'm getting out of here. The road curved sharply. I almost lost control. The truck skidded slightly. But I held it. Barely. The trees started to thin out. I could see light ahead. The highway. Yes, just a little more. I pushed the truck harder. The engine groaned. But it held. Then suddenly, everything went quiet. No more banging. No more footsteps. I looked in the mirrors. Nothing. They were gone. Completely gone. My breathing slowed just a little. Did I lose them? I didn't trust it. Not for a second. But I kept driving. I reached the highway. Pulled onto it fast. Cars passed by. Normal. Real. People. I almost laughed. I made it. I said. I actually made it. I kept driving for miles. Didn't stop. Didn't slow down. Just kept going until I saw a gas station. Bright lights. People walking around. Safe. I pulled in fast. Parked. Turned off the engine. And just sat there. Breathing. Trying to calm down. This is real. This is normal. I stepped out of the truck. Looked around. Everything looked fine. Cars. People. A clerk inside the store. No shadows. No smiling faces. I walked to the back of my truck. Slowly. Carefully. And that's when I saw it. Scratches. Deep ones. All over the metal. Like something had been climbing. My stomach dropped again. That wasn't in my head. I whispered. I looked around quickly. Still nothing strange. Just normal people. I walked inside the store. The clerk looked up. "Long drive?" he asked. I nodded. "Yeah." My voice was weak. "You okay?" he asked. I hesitated. Then shook my head. "I think something followed me." He gave me a strange look. "From where?" I swallowed. "The lake, off that dirt road about 10 miles back." The clerk froze. His face changed. Just for a second. Then he forced a smile. "You shouldn't go there," he said quietly. My heart skipped. "Why?" He didn't answer right away. Just looked past me. Toward the door. Then he said something that made my blood run cold. "People say, if something watches you there." He paused. Then finished. "It doesn't stop when you leave." I felt a chill run down my spine. "That's not funny," I said. "I'm serious." He leaned closer. Lowered his voice. "They don't stay at the lake." My hands started shaking again. "What do you mean?" He pointed behind me. Toward the glass door. Slowly. I turned around. And my heart stopped. Because standing outside, under the bright gas station lights, was one of them. Smiling. Looking straight at me. And this time, it wasn't alone. I couldn't look away. They were standing right outside the gas station. Under the bright lights. Clear. Too clear. No shadows to hide them now. No darkness to explain them away. Just them. Smiling. Watching me. And there were more than before. Not just one. Not two. At least 5. All standing still. All looking at me. My heart started racing again. "Do you see them?" I asked the clerk. My voice was shaking. He didn't answer. I turned slowly. He was frozen. Staring at the same spot. His face pale. "They followed you," he whispered. I swallowed hard. "They're not coming inside, right?" I didn't believe my own words. The door creaked slightly. A soft sound. Like pressure pushing against it. The automatic sensor light flickered. On. Off. On. Off. "They don't need permission," the clerk said quietly. That hit me hard. I backed away from the door. No, I'm not staying here." One of the things outside tilted its head. Then slowly, it stepped forward. The glass door slid open. Hiss. Cold air rushed inside. I stumbled back. "No." It walked in. Slow. Calm. Like it belonged there. The others followed. One by one. The clerk backed away too. "What do we do?" he whispered. I didn't answer. Because I didn't know. The first one stepped closer. Then stopped. Only a few feet away from me. And then it spoke. In my voice. "You ran." I shook my head. "Stay away from me." Another one spoke. Also in my voice. "You left us behind." My chest tightened. "I don't even know what you are." They all smiled wider. And said together. "You do." The air in the store felt heavy. Like it was getting harder to breathe. The lights flickered again. Then, pop! One of the lights went out. Darkness spread across part of the store. Then another. Pop! Another section went dark. "They're doing something," the clerk said. I grabbed his arm. "We need to leave. Now." He nodded fast. We ran toward the back door. But before we could reach it, one of them moved. Fast. Too fast. It appeared right in front of us. Blocking the way. Smiling. "You can't keep running," it said. My voice. Again. I pulled the clerk back. "We'll go through the front." We turned. But the others were already there. Standing in front of the exit. Waiting. Watching. Trapping us. My heart felt like it was going to explode. "There's no way out." The clerk whispered. Then I realized something. My truck. The keys were still in my pocket. If I can get back to the truck. I looked at the door. At them. Then back at the clerk. Stay behind me. What are you doing? He asked. I'm not staying here, I said. I took a deep breath, then ran straight toward them. Hey! I shouted. For a second, they didn't move, like they were surprised. Then one reached out. I dodged it, pushed past, burst through the door. Cold night air hit me again. I didn't stop. I ran straight to my truck, pulled the door open, jumped in, locked it. The clerk ran behind me. I opened the passenger door. Get in. He jumped inside. I slammed the door, locked it again. My hands were shaking as I started the engine. The things were already outside, walking toward us. Slow, calm, smiling. Go! Geo! The clerk shouted. I slammed the gas. The truck shot forward. We drove right past them. They didn't try to stop us this time. They just watched, turning their heads slowly as we passed. Still smiling. I didn't look back. I just drove. Faster than before. The road stretched ahead. Dark. Empty. Miles passed. Neither of us spoke. Finally, the clerk broke the silence. They're not done with you. I kept my eyes on the road. I know. My voice was quiet. What do they want? He asked. I swallowed. They said they want to drive. The clerk looked at me, confused. What does that mean? I didn't answer right away, because I was starting to understand. And I didn't like it. They copy, I said slowly. They watch, learn, then replace. The truck felt colder, even with the heater on. The clerk shook his head. No, that's not possible. I gripped the wheel tighter. That's what I thought too. We drove for a while longer. Then I saw something ahead. A truck stop. Bright lights. Lots of trucks. People. Safety. Let's stop there, the clerk said. I nodded. Pulled in. Parked. This place was bigger. More crowded. No way those things would just walk in here. Right. We stepped out of the truck. Looked around. Everything seemed normal. Drivers talking. Engines running. Lights everywhere. I let out a breath. I think we're safe here. The clerk nodded. Yeah, too many people. We walked toward the building. But something felt off again. That feeling. Like eyes on me. Watching. I turned slowly. Scanning the trucks. The shadows. And then, I saw it. My truck. The one I had just parked. My heart dropped. Wait. The clerk looked at me. What? I pointed. That's not right. He followed my gaze. And froze. Because sitting in the driver's seat was me. Hands on the wheel. Looking straight ahead. Smiling. The same wide, unnatural smile. I felt my legs go weak. But I'm right here. I whispered. The thing in the truck slowly turned its head. Looked directly at me. Then raised its hand. And waved. Perfect. Slow. Just like before. The clerk stepped back. No, that's not possible. Then the engine of the truck started. Roar. The headlights turned on. Blinding. I covered my eyes. When I looked again, it was already moving. Driving out of the lot. Taking my truck. Taking my life. And that's when I understood the truth. I didn't escape them. I brought them with me. And now, one of them was out there on the road. Driving. Just like me. Looking for the next person to watch.